Hi YouTube, it's AC Dot again, and this time I'm here to show you how to change a ring gear on a flywheel. Here we've got a classic mini pre-verto class cast flywheel. This is the older two-piece type with a 6-bolt steel centre. And if we come round, you'll see if your ring gear looks anything like that one, that is long past its best. So the best thing we can do with this is to fit a nice new ring gear. Okay, first job is to drill off and split the ring gear. So for this I'm just going to use a 9mm drill bit in my battery drill, and I'm going to drill it such that the hole is right below the root of one of the teeth, and I will centre it so that it doesn't touch the flywheel, and it goes between the two. All right, we don't want to damage the flywheel, that's the main thing. Okay, so when you think you're all the way through, or nearly all the way through, you don't want to drill into the flywheel itself. So as soon as you come nearly all the way through, in fact there's a dot on the back I can just see appearing now. So now we're going to change over and use a chisel. Nothing too clever, just a nice sharp chisel. When it goes all the way through, it will split and you can move it with a pry bar. Put a pry bar in, as you can see that split off nicely. So now we can just pry that off. And I'll do that off camera. Right, so I've got the ring gear off, and we can see that around the outside of that we've got a lot of rust. So the next thing we need to do with that is give it a bloody good clean. Okay, so I've got both items cleaned up. We'll look at the flywheel first. As you can see, there's no rust in that groove now. That's nice and clean. You want to make sure that when you do yours that there's no burrs on it. Okay, so it needs to be completely free of burrs all the way around, and no sharp edges that can inhibit the fitment of the ring gear. And then when you look at the ring gear, as you can see, I've now cleaned the outside of that with a wire wheel. And equally on the inside, that needs to be burr free. And I've used a piece of Scotch-Brite just around on the inside to clean that up. That is ready to fit. Now the other important thing on this particular flywheel is the orientation of the teeth. Okay, so you can see that side has a chamfer on those teeth. All right, now if I turn that over, the other side of the teeth have no chamfer. So it's important that we orientate that in the correct position. So the way we do that, with the flywheel in that position, you want to put the ring gear on so the chamfer's facing up. Okay, so what we have here is my ring gear heating system, which is basically just mounted in the pillar drill. We rotate that nice and slowly, and a blowtorch, propane blowtorch, just blows on the side of the ring gear, and then I use a digital infrared thermometer. When we get to the right temperature, pick it up with a pair of mole grips and then pop it straight onto the flywheel. Right, let's let the heating commence. We get the ring gear and we go straight on like that. And if it doesn't drop straight on, just tap it down. And just make sure it's seated down at the back all the way around, which it is. Job done. Okay, with the ring gear now on, you can see that's all nicely sat down and that fitted a treat. Once that's on there, obviously that's still warm, so you need to allow that to cool before you do any further work on the flywheel. I hope you guys found that useful. As ever, when you're messing around with propane, it's dangerous, so get yourself some training on board. Failing that, then obviously take it to your local engineering machine shop or whatever you need to get the ring gear fitted. Anyway, hopefully you can see that it's actually a fairly straightforward operation, although it is beneficial to have a little bit of kit, so a little jig or to hold the ring gear while you heat it. Yes, you can do it with a oxyacetylene cutting torch. The only problem I find with that is you tend to overheat the ring gear, or at least you get it to the point where you start affecting the temper of the steel, which can soften the teeth. At least using the propane and monitoring your temperature with the infrared probe, you keep it well under the threshold for that particular steel, so you're not going to soften it. Anyway, as I said, if you want to see any more videos, as ever, like and subscribe. Thank you very much.